Today is a big day. If you're a fan of RuneScape, I don't care what kind of RuneScape, old school RuneScape 3, today is a huge day. Because RuneScape released this video where they're going through a lot of the changes and new stuff that they're adding this year. And I think that this constitutes a name change. I think we should now call this version of RuneScape RuneScape 4. And let me tell you a little bit about why before we jump into the video. Obviously, I'll go more into my reasoning when we watch the video, but when RuneScape 3 was changed from RuneScape 2 into RuneScape 3, the reason they changed the name was because it marked a major evolution in the game. And I would argue that though graphically it doesn't have as big of a before and after, they are changing the graphics, and we'll get into that in this video. Obviously, it's not as big of a shift from RuneScape Classic to RuneScape 2 or RuneScape 2 to RuneScape 3. But even though you can't see that big visual jump like you could in 2 to 3, I would argue that these changes they're making are a major evolution from what we knew as RuneScape 3. And I say it constitutes changing it to RuneScape 4. And they even changed the logo. The logo change is a big indication that this is a new RuneScape. So I don't want to dawdle on too much. I want to jump into the video. I'm just going to play the video and talk on top of it. So if you don't want to miss what they're saying here, I'll have the link to this video in the description if you haven't seen it yet. You should go watch it if you are interested in what they're doing. But we're going to watch through this video and we're going to just talk about what they're doing and their changes. And I'm going to explain why I think this is an indication that we are in a new age of RuneScape. This intro is really cool. This intro, even if you're not interested in the update video itself, you should still watch at least this 3-minute intro because it is very, very cool. In fact, I don't want to spoil this intro for you, so I'm going to skip forward. 25 years of RuneScape 2. That's incredible. There is Mod North, best CEO so far since Andrew Gower, I would say. He has done incredible stuff for the game. Like, all these changes, that's awesome. And he was smart enough to, I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes, but it seems like with the old school team, he kind of just was like, you guys are doing great. You don't really need my help. You just keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, like I said, I don't know that for sure, but it feels like with RuneScape 3, that's the one that he was like, this is the game that needs the majority of my attention. And he was right. So I'm really excited about the stuff that he's done for the game. And just look at him. That man loves RuneScape. And you can tell. When you hear him talk about RuneScape, you can tell that he loves RuneScape and he wants this game to succeed. He wants this game to succeed, not just old school. He wants them both to succeed, and you can really feel it. And I think that's cool. So, applause, applause, applause to Mod North. He's awesome. He's a great CEO, and I'm excited to see what he does with the rest of his tenure as CEO. So today, Mod Ryan just said that today, which is January 19th when this video came out, that Treasure Hunter is gone. That they removed it. And listen, to me, this is the biggest indication that we are in a new era of RuneScape, right? That this is RuneScape 4. Because what was RuneScape 3 known for the most? What was RuneScape 3 known for the most? It was known for microtransactions, predatory microtransactions, treasure hunter, gambling, stuff like that. And that stuff is gone. That stuff is gone. And they're even taking more microtransactions out. They're really simplifying the microtransactions. So, yeah, man, like, let's, I liked RuneScape 3. I played RuneScape 3. Let's leave RuneScape 3 in the past. That's what I'm saying. It was plagued by microtransactions and predatory pricing and making RuneMetrics it's a separate membership fee, which they're going to talk about later. So, Anyway, UI. They're talking about the UI now. I was actually working on a video that talked about this, and someone in my Discord was like, well, now your video is outdated. And I was like, no, I'm still going to make that video. And if you watch that video, you'll see why it's not outdated. But I'm so excited they're updating the UI. That was one of the biggest issues with RuneScape 3. The circular minimaps, pretty cool. Not a huge deal, but it's nice. Continuity with old school. That's pretty nice, you know? But yeah, I know some people are going to be mad that you can't make your UI crazy, but I'm excited about that change. Cosmetic toggle options, that's really cool. I know some people love the cosmetics, but that was a huge issue for a lot of people. And I think this is a good compromise, right? If you want to see cosmetics, or if you don't care, leave them on. If it bothers you, turn them off, and then you can see what people are really wearing. I think this is a great compromise. It's not just leave them or take them out, it's hide them, which is great. That's a great option. I'm glad they're adding it. I hope it really brings in those players that hated cosmetics. This is cool. So there are 3 different visual styles right now in RuneScape. There's RuneScape 2 that just have nice shaders on them, RuneScape 3, which is like the updated graphics, and then the newer graphics that they've been doing within the last few years. And so now they're making it all look unified, which is perfect. And see, I would say these graphics are the RuneScape 4 graphics, because it's not quite the same as what they did when they first shifted to RuneScape 3. It is different. Free RuneMetrics. See, they're totally changing their strategy. It's not about wringing money out of their customers and out of their players. It's about making the gameplay experience better. RuneMetrics is something I never had because I did not want to pay extra. And this will give you a lot of the info that you can get from like RuneLite. This is pretty cool too. Combat style modernization. Again, to me, another sign that we're in a new era of RuneScape. You know, it's newer combat. It's not a new combat system. You know, we're not having another evolution of combat thing, but modernizing it and making, I think they're gonna make it more like necromancy, as far as like balance all 4 styles. So I'm interested to see what this is like, but again, another indication that we're in a new era of RuneScape. Combat is getting an overhaul, so that's exciting. She's talking about early game right now, but they're going to balance early game, mid game, and late game at different points during the year. And that's really cool, because I do think that right now there is a disconnect between those 3 stages, and I think, you know, mid-game, to me, mid-game was kind of my favorite part, but I do think there does need to be a better continuity between all 3 phases. So I'm excited to see what that balancing actually looks like. I think he's about to talk about dailyscape. Yep. We said it at the same time. Dailyscape. I'm glad that they're taking this out, or they're at least overhauling it. They don't get into the details yet, but it sounds like they're going to be taking a lot of it out. Listen, I think there are people who disagree with this, but I do think dailyscape messes with the gameplay experience in a negative way. I like the benefits, obviously, but if I log in wanting to mine or something, but I feel like I have to do all these chores first, it's, you know, it really gets in the way of what I want to do, but I feel pressured to do it. Same thing with the auras. He's talking about it right now. They're removing the auras. The auras are like, you got to do these auras, man, if you really want to level up efficiently, but it's like, man, I don't want to. I don't want to do that because I need to do other skills to level up to get the Jack of Trades benefits, but I wanted to just go mining. GE improvements, that's interesting. I never really had I've been playing mostly Iron Man recently, so to be fair, I haven't interacted with the GE in a little bit, but I don't know what problems the GE had other than economy issues, but that's interesting. I'm interested to see what those improvements are. Social improvements are pretty cool. I feel like RuneScape 3 had kind of become a solo MMO game, which, you know, is fine. a lot of times I log in and I just, you know, I don't have the intention of playing with any other people. You know, I'll talk to people if they talk to me and stuff like that, but I think improving the social features is good because old school RuneScape's social scene is great. They have a great social community in the game. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. This is one of the biggest things old school has over RuneScape 3. And so this is huge. This is huge.
Bring plugins to the RuneScape
plugins, baby!
End of 2026. To get this right,
see, that's huge. To me, that's another indication. This is a new RuneScape. We have plugins, and this is even better, in my opinion, than old school because it's not third party. It's native plugins. That's awesome. Old school doesn't even have that. That's so cool. New era of RuneScape, booby. Booby. New era of RuneScape, baby. Plugins in RuneScape. That's so cool. This is so exciting. I'm telling you, this is so exciting. And people in the comments of this video were so optimistic. They were like, I'm gonna play now. Like I'm finally gonna try it out. This is exciting. You know, I even saw someone say in the comments that it was like watching your son get off drugs, get a job, and turn his life around. The deep clean. This is great. More visual cohesion. More visual cohesion. That's what we need. A big problem, like I said, is there's a visual disconnect between cosmetics and like different areas of the game that don't look the same. So this is exciting that they're gonna go through and clean things up. Whoa! Naked? Am I gonna get demonetized? Look at that. That's great. The road to restoration. I'm excited about this plan, you guys. This is gonna be cool. See, that's what I'm telling you. This is a new game. Brand new game. This is a new world we're living in, baby. RuneScape 4. It's gonna be completely different. And I think it's going to feel completely different. It's going to feel like a different game. All right, now this is the new stuff they're adding. All right, Havenhythe. From this video, they have piqued my interest, right? Like, my interest is piqued in Havenhythe. But I will say, not a lot of stuff in this, I won't say nothing, but not a lot of stuff in this made me like, oh man, I have to play that right now. I'm so excited. Like, I am excited as a fan of RuneScape, right? I'm excited that we're getting a new area, but nothing in this made me go like, oh yes, I have to get there right now. But I'm interested. My interest is definitely piqued. I would say there are some things I'm more excited about. This is cool. The Vampirium connection. I hope they actually go into that. They might not, but the Vampirium connection is really cool.
Havenhythe has a really distinct feel to it.
That's neat. I do like the vibe. Good job, Modluma. The vibe is really cool. I hope they really do go into the Vampirium connection and it's not just a background detail. You know? I hope it's not just like, oh, a neat detail about this is that it's connected to the vampires. But we're not going to go into that. That's the past. It seems like they really are going to go into it. I hope they do. Because that's very interesting. I think the vampire storylines are very, very interesting. So, yeah, I hope they really go into that. Again, it's alcohol related. It's always alcohol related. Somebody at Jagex needs to go to Alcoholics Anonymous because it's always alcohol. That's how you get to Havenhythe. I don't know if you heard it. Probably not because I was yapping, but you get to Havenhythe by drinking a mysterious drink, and then you get all messed up and wake up in this new area that you've never been before. I'm excited about the quests, mainly because I love quests. So I'm excited about these new quests. I'm excited to try them out. The quests are probably some of the things I'm most excited about. But again, that's because I'm
the Dreadhog.
The Dreadhog.
This bloody hedgehog will be one of
this bloody hedgehog
on launch of Havenhythe Part 1.
This is cool. I like these bosses. And you can see it says new early game boss. They're adding 2 bosses to this new area, and both bosses are early game bosses. And I think that's a really cool idea. Yeah, add more early game bosses, because a lot of the bossing in RuneScape 3 was mostly for mid to late game players. And I think bossing is one of the best parts of RuneScape 3. So, see, early game boss, another early game boss. So I think it's cool. Throw the early game players a bone. Get it? Throw them a bone. But like, seriously, it's early game players that are going to be your new players, right? And so throw them a bone. Give them some bossing so they can see how good RuneScape is at bossing. And they don't have to like do hours and 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 hours of grinding before they can really get into bossing. New Slayer stuff, that's cool. I do love when new areas have new things for almost every skill. 110 Hunter, very cool. I think they should eventually raise all the skills to 110 or 120 because, you know, that's why RuneScape 3's XP is a lot easier to get early on, like it's faster. It's because you have further to go, right? A lot of their skills go to 120. So you need to, at level 1, you're going to level up a lot faster in RuneScape 3 than you would in old school because it goes to 120, not just 99. So I do think they should eventually, and I think that's their goal, but I think they should eventually get all skills to 110 or 120. Birdhouses. All the old school players in the comments were like, no, not birdhouses. So I'm nervous about the birdhouses. Someone who knows what they're talking about, put in the comments why people were nervous about the birdhouses. But I mean, I think this looks interesting, but what the heck? What was that? Did you see that? Why were we just seeing a bird's butt just sticking out of the birdhouse? I don't do a ton of Hunter, which is on me. Nothing to do with Hunter, just kind of don't. So they're adding this new box trap, so I don't know how to feel about it because I don't know much about Hunter. But I do like that they were like, we don't want you to have to rely on MTX, which is great. It just further shows their new mentality because it's a new game, baby. It's RuneScape 4. We are in RuneScape 4 now. Hunter to me is hard to get into, not because it's difficult, but because it's just not very interesting. New stuff for Archaeology is cool. I love Archaeology. It's one of my favorite skills. Red Ivy is cool. It seems like a much better AFK woodcutting method than crawling ivy, so that's really cool. Can't wait to get my grubby little hands on that. This is cool. A new dig site. Like I said, I love Archaeology, so adding an extra dig site is very cool. That's cool. I wonder how it'll work into the leveling structure, because the Archaeology leveling structure seems like right now it's kind of like not linear per se, but it's very like you go here until you get to this level, and then you go here until you get to this level, and then you go here, and you go to the other ones a little bit to finish mysteries and stuff like that, but it's very much like you go to this level, to this area until you level up to a certain level, and then you move on, you know? So I wonder how the new area will fit into that progression system.
Well, I guess we won't be.
Yes! Yes! Character redesign.
Yes, it's true.
This is so cool. I think the player avatars look terrible in RuneScape 3. It looks so bad. Again, look at this. Player avatar refresh. This is RuneScape 4, baby. If any of these things were coming in... but, by the way, I hope I don't get demonetized. I think if any one of these things was just being implemented on its own, it would just be one really cool update to RuneScape 3. But all of these things happening at once, or like in like sequence, man, we're in RuneScape 4. We are transitioning this year from maybe we're not in RuneScape 4 yet, right? Like if you log in right now, I would consider that RuneScape 3. This year though, we are transitioning from RuneScape 3 to RuneScape 4. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Look at all these incredible changes. We are evolving. The game is evolving. It's evolving.
We're bringing new life to the player-owned house.
Nice. I'm so excited about this because player-owned housing to me has always been super boring. I love the benefits that you get from it, but it's always been so boring. Again, I'm a vibes guy. The vibes have been off with player-owned housing. Just so boring and flat and bleh. So that concept art was so cool. If they can get player-owned housing close to that concept art that they just showed, that would be awesome. Let me build a mansion. If I'm level 99 construction and I can build an entire fort in the wilderness, I can build a mansion for myself. Let me build a mansion. This is exciting. 120 cut construction update. See? Yes. Good. Raise all the skills. This is cool. The recipe system. This is very cool. You can basically like unlock recipes from quests or, you know, doing some kind of bossing or achievements. You can get a recipe that's tied to that thing that can show off like, hey, I beat this boss because look, my altar looks like this. My door looks like this because I did this thing in game. Yes, make RuneScape 4 more social than RuneScape 3 was.
And don't worry,
RuneScape 4 should be more social. Not forcing you to be social. Nice. The Falador Massacre. Nice. That's funny.
And connection, making it feel like a true part.
Look at this. All looks great.
We're still in early design.
All of that looks great.
So we would love
Everything that you can put in your house right now looks so boring. And it all feels like RuneScape 2 graphics, but with lighting and shaders put on it. Quests.
And a spiritual successor to Gertrude's cat.
Spiritual successor to Gertrude's cat. Okay.
That's right. Leagues is
Leagues
coming
2,
back to
baby!
RuneScape this autumn.
I liked Leagues 1. I think Leagues works really well in modern RuneScape. And yes, it had problems. The initial tool was obvious. You know, like everybody was like, of course, there's only one relic that's worth getting. So hopefully they make that better. And the XP bonuses were not great. So he's going to say this here. Yep, progression is going to be faster. So they're going to change that this year. They said it's going to be more broken this time, which means progression is going to be even crazier. I'm excited about that, man. I'm excited to see it. I had a lot of fun with Leagues this year. Even though it had its problems, I had a lot of fun. So I'm excited to see what they do this time and the improvements they make. So yeah, I'm excited. I think that's basically it. I think the last one is Havenhythe Part 2. Yeah. Nice. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. That's cool stuff. That is cool stuff. RuneScape 4, baby. Look at all that stuff that they're adding into the game and stuff that they're changing. This is what I'm saying. This is the point of this video. Not just a recap of this video. This is RuneScape 4, and I think we should all call it that. We're evolving. It's a major shift in the game.
A new era.
Start of a new era. He just said that. Start of a new era. Good job, guys. Obviously, all of this is still dependent on execution. They could still execute it poorly, but I love where their head's at. I love their plans. I think this is RuneScape 4. We are in a new era of RuneScape. They said that so many times in this video. We are in a new era of RuneScape, baby. Let's leave RuneScape 3 in the past. You know, we'll leave it back here in the past. I liked RuneScape 3. It definitely had major issues. But let's leave that in the past. It's dead. Over here in the present and in the future, we're in RuneScape 4, baby. So, there you go. That's the video. That's why I think that we are transitioning this year, 2026, into RuneScape 4. I think by the end of 2026, we can call the game RuneScape 4. And I'm excited. As a RuneScape fan, I am so excited. I'm so excited to get into this game and support the game. And you know what? I'm excited about where we're going. I'm so excited about where we're going. This is the first time that I've been excited about modern RuneScape in a long time. And like I said, I've enjoyed RuneScape 3, you know, for what it was. I had a lot of fun playing RuneScape 3, but I was never excited about the future of the game, really. Except maybe Necromancy, you know. I was really excited about Necromancy, but this is the first time that I feel so optimistic about RuneScape, about its future. I already liked this game, but it seems like RuneScape 4 is going to be a much better game than RuneScape 3. You know what? I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Well, thanks guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end. If you like this video, please leave it a like to support me. I have more RuneScape content coming out. In fact, I was working on something else when this video came out, but I had to say something. I had to say something about RuneScape 4. I just had to. You'll be seeing another video from me pretty soon. If you want to see a video about why I prefer RuneScape 3 over old school, even though I think RuneScape 4 is going to be a better game than RuneScape 3, if you want to see why I preferred RuneScape 3 over old school RuneScape, check out this video here in the center. Until next time, have fun playing video games. Bye, everybody.